And what's the name of this show?
The DIY Designer.
What do I do on this show?
You make stuff?
Is my stuff cool?
Yes.
I do mainly DIY fashion on this channel. Sometimes I do DIY home decor, like my very cool crystal lamp dupe from last week, but today is a fashion DIY.
Butterfly shoes today?
We're not doing those today. We will be doing those. I have those coming up as a YouTube short, 3-dimensional butterfly heels and sandals, and they are temporary, which is very, very cool. But on today's video, I am showing you how to take this very 80s, very Clueless, very Harry Styles tweed blazer and turn it into this killer two-piece set that can be worn together in a sassy little way like this, or can be separated as a jacket with a pair of jeans or a skirt with a simple tee and some boots. This jacket itself was not actually long enough to become its own crop jacket and its own mini skirt. It was a regular length blazer. Most of the videos that I've seen, the item is actually long enough that really all it is cutting it and clean finishing it. This tutorial allows you to do this to almost any jacket. You can shop your own closet or hit up your local thrift store. These tweed jackets are perfect right now. There's a ton of them from the 80s sitting in your local thrift store right now, which I think is so, so, so fun. And I love the way this one came out. And we're gonna have to do a who wore it better. Clueless, Harry Styles, or me. And if you don't say me, pretend to me. Okay, that's it. Why don't we get started in this DIY. All right, so here is that $9 tweed blazer I found at the thrift store. You can see it's just a basic blazer. It's not extra long. So as is, it's gonna be very hard to make a two-piece out of it because the proportions will be really small. I'm gonna have to get creative, which I do. So first thing I did is I cut it in half. I figured out that that black line in between the first and the second button is the right place to cut it in half. Now, the best part about using a plaid or a tweed is that there's straight lines you can follow and you don't need to measure or pin anything. Just follow the black line and I've got a perfect cut. Now, there is my skirt and there is my top. Obviously, on their own, the proportions are way too small and not gonna work. So what I did is I went to Joann's and I actually bought a 4-inch wide elastic. I'm gonna sew the elastic to the top of the skirt, which not only will clean finish it, but give me 4 more inches. Same idea, I found this ribbing there as well, and I'm gonna put that on the blazer. When I compared the two, they were pretty close in color, so I figured I could get away with it. So the elastic will go on the skirt, the ribbing will be folded in half and go on the blazer. Now, when you look at the ribbing, you're gonna see kind of like a clean finish edge that looks a little better on one side than the other. Make sure that that's your front, and you're going to pin it on the very bottom of your jacket. We're gonna fold it in half, but the reason you wanna pin it on the bottom is that, again, we want to add length. On its own, the crop was too cropped. So by adding about 2 to 3 inches, I get proportions that feel really right. So not only will this clean finish the bottom, but it will also add length. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pinning it all along the bottom. Do it across the front first, picking one line on your tweed to line it up so that it's going straight all the way around the back. Then you're gonna fold the other side over, fold it right in half and pin it so that it's like sandwiching the bottom of the jacket. It's almost like a bias tape, the way that the bias tape is folded in half and you can kind of like sandwich clean finishing the edge. But again, because I'm doing it right on the very bottom, I'm actually gaining length. This is how you do the ends. You're gonna take that end and fold it over. Fold it all the way over on the top and the bottom, and then when you fold it in half, just like I've been doing the sandwich effect, it will be clean finished everywhere. So the beauty of this is it's tucking in the lining. If you noticed you missed a section, don't worry, just tuck it in and pin it back into place. It's tucking in the lining, it's clean finishing the edges, and it's adding length. Now, with the elastic, I already measured how much I needed for my waist and sewed it together, so you can see that little back seam in the elastic already. I have this right now face to face. So what you're looking at is the wrong side of my elastic. I'm gonna sew it and flip it. When you're doing this, it's just like normal skirt. You're always gonna start with like your center front, center back, right side, left side, and then evenly distribute any excess throughout the skirt. That way it ends up sewing it all in perfectly and you can kind of see they're stretching it out. Now what I did is I pinned it and just sort of put it on to see if I'm able to actually get the skirt on without needing to add in a zipper, which would save a ton of time. I need to sew this front closed and sew the waistband on. So the fact that I was able to slip it on and off without a zipper meant I was good to go. So now what I'm doing is a simple straight stitch, stretching my elastic just a little bit as I go, really with only like a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I sew it all the way around, and then look, boom, I just fold up the waistband. It's clean finished from the front. I am gonna top stitch that all the way around, and it's clean finished on the inside. And now we move on to the jacket. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a very small seam allowance, maybe like 1/8 of an inch, right along the edge of the black ribbing. This is not only clean finishing it from the front, sandwiching in the tweed and the lining, but it's also clean finishing it from the back. So one simple stitch going all the way around seams it up and sandwiches it. Now, what I wanted to do was sew down the front, but what I decided to do was actually top stitch everything as like a design detail. I top stitched the seam where the elastic was on the top, and so then I just followed it. So instead of stopping all the way around, I just like hemmed the entire thing with this little detail so that it looked more intentional. Now, I'm gonna cut the feed because right here, you guys, I sew through my finger. Ow. Oh. Holy. Just finishing my dress for YouTube. I just sewed through my finger. The needle is in my finger, broke off. It is, oh my God, I'm going to urgent care to have them take it out. My husband wanted to take it out, and I was like, that's not gonna happen. It's about 1/2 inch long. It broke off. It's going through my finger. Oh my God. Urgent care said they couldn't do it, and they sent me to the ER. I'm now going to the ER. Oh my God, you guys, it's starting to hurt so bad. It's starting to bleed a little bit, but I think the needle's holding the bleed in place. They got it out. They numbed my finger, but the tip of my finger wasn't really numb, so it kind of hurt. But they were able to just like cut my nail back a little bit and get it out without needing to cut my finger, which is what they thought they might have to do, like actually like cut into my finger. So anyway, it's out. It doesn't hurt right now, but I have a feeling once the numbing wears off, it's going to be a bit of a throbber. I can't believe I did that. Seriously.